All right, welcome back to Flucka Socks Podcast, episode 301. Today on the show, EBT is ending because of the government shutdown. Wait until you hear how many benefits these people are getting. Then, the Atlas spaceship is hours away from arrival. We'll tell you how to stay safe from the aliens when they get here. Then in our migrant section, European governments are pretending white men in suits are the ones sexually harassing all the brown people. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, Pumpkins is racist. All this and more is Flucka Socks, the podcast, episode 301, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Flucka Socks, the podcast, featuring Richard Rapper.
All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, what if the medicine that helped save millions during the pandemic was made mostly in China today? It's true. 58% of the global ivermectin supply comes from China, with 75% coming from Asia in general. But that's not the case when you shop with the wellness company. Introducing American-made ivermectin, safe, trusted, and produced right here in the United States. Ivermectin has been prescribed globally for more than 30 years and even earned the Nobel Prize in Medicine for its proven ability to eliminate parasites and support overall health. New research also points to potential benefits for skin, immune, and cancer support. Most pharmacies charge $5 per tablet, but the wellness company is offering a higher 18 milligram dose for just $3.33 each. You'll get a 6-month supply designed for 4 21-day cleanse cycles, all at this unbeatable price. Support American medicine, not China's supply chain. Get your US-made ivermectin today. Go to twc.health/Fleckus and use code Fleckus for 10% off at checkout. That's twc.health/Fleckus, code Fleckus at checkout for 10% off. Thank you to the Wellness Company for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to the Wellness Company for sponsoring.
Thank you, the Wellness Company.
It's very important to get that stuff.
Okay.
Ivermectin, you guys know about that.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry we missed you on Friday. Richard Rapboy got sick.
I was ill.
He didn't feel good.
I was sick, and I was very sick.
Yeah, and he's back to normal now. You feeling better?
Yeah, I feel great.
Here's a picture of us at the hospital.
Yeah.
That's us?
Yeah, that's me. It looks like me. What am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
It looks
So,
like me.
sorry, it was abrupt. Like, I had the script written, and then he kind of messaged me and was like, yo, I do not feel good. And then I went and saw, and he didn't look good. So
I came over.
Yeah.
I came over with the intent to film like 1 or 2 pieces of it, or just like, oh, we'll do a bonus land. And then I got progressively worse, so
yeah.
had to bail.
But we're happy you're back.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
You look very nice.
Thank you.
All right, we have a lot to get to today. First things first, a little bit of housekeeping within housekeeping. Now that we shoot in 4K, stream to the TV. I kind of thought everyone watches on the TV, but a lot of people tell me they watch on their phone, which is like insane to me.
I think that's kind of normal. You can look away for a while. It's not a very visual. You do need to see what we're talking about, but it's not like a movie. It's not home theater shit.
It's kind of like a movie. So now we're in 4K, stream it to the TV.
Yeah.
That is the way the show is meant to be watched.
Okay.
From my vision, that's how the show should be watched.
Okay.
All right, we should get right into it.
Yeah, all right.
Before we do, there was an interesting point made about where things are going politically and the rising political tensions, and I wanted to kind of get that out in the front of the show. Can you give that a read, please?
Yeah, this is from Democrat strategist James Carville, and it says, breaking, Trump collaborators should have their heads shaved, put in orange pajamas, and then march down Pennsylvania Avenue while the public spits on them after Trump leaves office. From James Carville, Democrat strategist.
Democrat strategist. Yeah. And he's saying this and he's being hyperbolic, but we know that they want violence. We know that they hate us. They dehumanize us. They literally shoot us.
They're talking about dog whistles when we say something. And he's like, there should be spit on and orange. We should tattoo a serial number on their arm.
Like literally do these things.
And then they'll call us a fascist the next day.
Yeah, but that is the sentiment. That is the energy from the left right now. And that's why we need to make as much progress as possible, deport everybody, and fix all the voting issues we can, and hope we don't lose power for the next 10 elections.
Yeah.
Or else we're fucked.
We are fucked to a certain
And
extent.
it could almost be, we could almost be fucked already.
I think we might be.
With like how the money doesn't count for anything and the illegals are all here and the money's all gone.
How little we've been able to mass deport.
Yeah.
Like, there are some bad signs already.
So we might be getting put in pajamas to get spit on, but
Yeah.
maybe people like that.
And then Orrin McIntyre said conservatives have not sufficiently internalized the fact that the Rubicon is behind them, and whether they like it or not. It doesn't matter if Trump isn't really a dictator. It doesn't matter if you argued for restraint. If you ever lose again, you will be jailed at best. And I think it's important to kind of remind people where we're at. And, we've seen some Halloween costumes of some trans person dressed up as dead Charlie Kirk. We might see a lot more of those. I think the Republican, or right wing rather, because a lot of people who watch the show probably don't even identify as Republican, more right wing. But they move on quickly. We move on, and you don't internalize these facts. Like these Democrats, this is an old man, an old elderly man who's been a Democrat strategist forever, like waiting in a dark alley, beating a club against his palm like some cartoon hood, right?
Yeah.
They really want to hurt people.
They do. And that's what they accuse us of doing, which is ironic. So we can't lose ever again if we want a chance. It could be ugly.
Not good.
All right. We are going to get into our EBT section. It's obviously, something we usually cover later in the show. And I want to kick off the EBT section with something that should be in Urban Decay as well, but I didn't want to wait. I was trying to get this out on Friday, and I literally could not wait to tell you guys this.
Yeah, suspects saw it. This is from Fox Nashville. Smyrna police are searching for a woman named Laquana Shanichia Leach. She's accused of assaulting an officer and a civilian at a beauty store Wednesday.
Now, you might be saying, oh, this is a 5-year-old story, but it doesn't matter when it's from. What matters is we saw.
Yeah, what matters is the name.
So if your name was Laquana Shanichia, what would you go by? Quana?
Laquana, maybe.
Maybe go by Nietzsche.
Maybe L. Yeah, Nietzsche. Very
call me
philosophical. She's a thinker. She does this. I'm Nietzsche. Like Nietzsche.
All right, so I wanted to get that out there, and that'll help us kick off our EBT section.
Yeah,
It's a big EBT section, and there's a lot to go over, and there's a lot of angles, and we're going to kind of give you a full breakdown of everything going on.
Yeah, and we warned you guys about this. We said EBT and SNAP benefits will dry up if the shutdown goes long enough, and we're finally at that point. I think we're on... Is it a month at this point?
Yeah, it is 30? A month, and I believe EBT starts going out next week.
Yeah,
or going away.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with this tweet from Bowtied Ranger about the shutdown itself. Since the government shutdown began, we've heard from the following people. Early retiree boomers who have their health care totally subsidized by the U.S. taxpayer. Clinically obese black people who don't feel like working on WIC/SNAP. Illegal aliens receiving housing, health care, and other state-sponsored subsidies. I used to be indifferent, but now I'm pro-shutdown.
That was my take all along.
That's kind of the way I feel, too. The one group that I feel a little bad for is like air traffic control. Those guys are like, come on, we stop getting paid? We actually have a job. So the people who actually have a job, I feel bad for.
Yeah, that's real.
But, a lot of the complainers, the loudest complainers, I'm kind of like, okay, we're mad about this? I don't get it.
And wait till you see the complaining and how they're doing it. First, we're going to tell you some stats. USDA will not tap emergency funds for food stamps. 40 million set to lose aid next week. And it's like, oh, you're trying to make us feel bad. 40 million people. But then you realize 12% of the country is on food stamps.
40 million people are on some form of welfare. And then we're probably going to get to it. But if you're on food stamps, you're on other shit, too. You're on some Medicare, some bad stuff. And so, like, it takes a crisis to kind of dig into the number. And it's just so shocking to me. And, yeah, like you said, November 1st is when the first shortfall happens and we're unable to fill the food stamp cards.
Yeah, but 12%. So 1 in 8 people are eating for free. And I go to the store and I buy expensive groceries with my debit card like a fat retard.
You use a debit card?
Yeah.
Not a credit card?
Sometimes.
Okay, all right.
Depending what the financial situation is.
Depending on which account's a little low. I get it. You're mismanaging your shit.
I don't know. You put food on a credit card, you eat it, it's gone. You're still paying for the food. It feels stupid.
Yeah, I'm getting ripped off by Publix. I'm getting smoked, and then other people are walking in with a debit card. And we'll get to it later.
We're getting to it. We have a breakdown here: food stamps by ethnicity.
Yeah, percentage of U.S. households receiving SNAP benefits, and Afghanistan, Somali, Iraq, Dominican, Caribbean, Native American. Natives love it. But, to be fair, they suffered a lot. What is a Somali's case?
Yeah.
What is an Afghan's case? But yeah, 45% of U.S. Afghanistan households are receiving SNAP benefits. Somali, 42%. Dominican, 34%. White, 8.6%. Indian, we got to give them some credit.
That is true.
They scam the U.S. in other ways, mostly visa fraud, stuff like that.
Poop holidays.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that in a few minutes.
Hiring their co-ethnics for jobs that they aren't qualified for. But they've stayed away from food stamps.
One that's trying to sneak by. Well.
Yeah.
Israel.
Whoa! I didn't even see that.
What was giving this stuff to Israel?
And I've seen the. Don't they run ads on Fox News about giving some Israeli elderly person food too?
Yeah, your babushka.
Don't they do that?
She's these elderly Jews.
Yeah.
I've seen it. All right. If you guys have Fox News on all day.
Israel, they're sneaking in there 11%. But I guess that's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad compared to everything else.
And then, guys, these absolute values are crazy. Like, Afghans probably make up this much of the budget, but they're a problem group. That's the whole point. Like, they're a small piece, but the
a lot
rate.
of browns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of browns here. And then that takes us to our next piece. We have another breakdown based on legal status. The blue is legal immigrant. The orange is illegal immigrant.
Yeah, well,
so the blue and orange should just be gone and then cut the yellow in half, and it's like, all right, we made some progress.
Yeah, and it's any welfare, cash, food, Medicaid, housing. And there was an era not too long ago where basically none of this went to illegal households. This is a new phenomenon, and a lot of red states even still right now don't have any going directly to illegals. So a lot of this is done from a few key states like California, Massachusetts, probably New York, those types of states.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in getting rid of it. And if you can't figure it out, go to a church, go to a soup kitchen, go to a charity place, or starve and die.
Yeah, that's the last one. You don't get there. Starve and die. I've seen some of your BMIs.
Yeah,
it's high.
Starve and die. Go ask your neighbor, please.
Yeah, so let's just we're just setting the tone for EBT in general. Obviously, you guys know this. We've been covering the kind of EBT malfeasance, the EBT scammers in Urban Decay for a long time.
We were ahead of this.
And now it's going nationwide. And so we just want to say how we're not that sorry about it. And much like many issues, there will be one elderly woman who's on Social Security. She's a widow who really deserves it. Who really needs it. She was a net taxpayer as a family, raised 4 kids in the 70s, net taxpayer throughout it, and now the social safety net needs to grasp her, help her out.
I'm fine with that.
That's what we're fine with, but the point with all these foreigners who are immediately on the teat, entitled urbans, which we're going to get to. So some of the urbans
have been trying to figure out where the food stamps is coming next.
Yeah, and so Google now looks like this. Is we getting food stamps this month? Is we getting food stamps for November? Is we getting extra food stamps this month? So when you want to know where the urban community is thinking, you start typing in "is we."
And then you can kind of get an idea of what people is searching and shit.
Yeah, so they're panicking a little bit.
And we have some context here. Like you said earlier, if you're getting SNAP and EBT, that's not the only thing you're getting. There was a good breakdown of other things that are provided.
Yeah, SNAP is one of the more means-tested programs. So if you're on SNAP, as 43 million plus Americans are, you are almost certainly on Medicaid, EITC, LHEAP, I'm not going to read every letter, for utilities, some sort of Obama phone program, and highly likely to be on WIC for young kids, Section 8 for housing, or some sort of rent control, SSI, supplemental security insurance, disability, even though you're not really disabled, temporary assistant for needy families, a myriad of state programs for the poor that are based on qualifying for Medicaid, 80 million people.
So we're kind of in our
comorbidities. These are poor people comorbidities. Like, you're not just going to get one. You don't just get the food stamps and say, I'm good. You start grabbing hand over fist for every sort of thing you can get.
Section 8, I got some young kids. Ain't no man in the house. And like we did say, there are a lot of urban individuals, a lot of black people on SNAP and EBT. We have some stats here.
Yeah, this is from fiscal year 2023. Black and African American, 10.8 million, and white people, 14.4 million.
And that's why you always hear people online when they argue for the other side saying half the people who get SNAP and EBT are white.
Yeah.
What now?
Let's cut it then. I agree.
And that's what someone here said. Nearly half of SNAP households are white, but white supremacists want you to think that it's single black women and illegal immigrants. And then Hallie Mutant says, so I guess we can cut it. It's not racist, right? And then people are making the per capita joke. Like now they're going to hopefully learn per capita.
Yeah.
But half is a huge representation. Massive.
Yeah.
And then we have here some more numbers, and it kind of puts context around the numbers.
Unreal numbers on SNAP/EBT usage. 45% of black children receive SNAP benefits, 28% of Hispanic children, and 12% of white kids. Of every black kid you see in America, 1 out of 2 will be eating courtesy of tax dollars. We are funding, feeding, and breeding an army to dispossess our future.
It's kind of crazy.
It's really dark, man.
Isn't that like mind-boggling? 1 and 2?
Yeah.
That's like everybody.
I know. And that's kind of the point is we're not talking about like a small part of the population. This is like entire communities. And then think about if you're an extended black family, it's like 1 and 2. It's like my aunt is, my uncle is, my nephew isn't. It's really like they're all probably feeling it right now.
And it goes for generations. It's not like, oh, in this moment. It's like 1 and 2 kids is, and then they'll grow up and have kids, and then they'll all be on it. It's just like this repeating cycle that doesn't get fixed. And we have people online. We're going to get to our little section here of people complaining and almost like alluding to violence and repercussions for not getting their EBT. Listen to this first guy.
I got an email from EBT. I used to get $740 a month for my 2 kids, and we not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT. They saying I gotta work 20 hours a week. I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here. This is what Americans, taxpayer, work for us. They work for me. They gotta help me feed my fucking kids. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be quitters now. Y'all been helping us all this fucking time. Now y'all want to tap out. Get the fuck out of here. I want my EBT, yo. I want my EBT, and I'm not working for nobody. I'm a fucking boss.
I'm a boss begging for money online.
If you don't give me the money, I can't feed my children. You can't go work for Walmart and be a greeter. Yo, welcome to Walmart. You feel me?
No, I'm a fucking boss, man.
He's too good to put the blue apron on.
I can't do this paperwork. I can't apply to this job. And so, I mean, the entitlement, the anger is something that's so notable and crazy. And, I was telling Fleckers beforehand, like, we're going to get to a lot of angry people posting online. If I was getting $750 a month in free food, I'd probably post online too. I'd be angry.
Yeah, we had it so good.
I had a fucking sweet thing. Why'd you have to take this part? Like, I get the anger, but it's on us, the responsible taxpaying Americans, to say, hey, we kind of crossed a line with this, right? And we've covered many times the candy, the bullshit, the high C, whatever sugary shit you want. Like, you could give this guy a third of this amount and say cheese, ground beef, rice, beans, potatoes. Good luck. Scrounge the rest, right?
$100.
Yeah. $100, make it stretch.
And then we do have a sob story. My mom is disabled, 78 years old. She'll die without food benefits. Sheltered food is so high in salt. She makes everything from scratch and still runs out of funds. Many do abuse it, though. Many people can't do without. Then feed her.
Give her your mom $50. She's an old lady.
Yeah. Or if you can't afford it, get her a big bag of rice.
Yeah.
It's like, that's on you. Why is it on everyone else?
But you know what? To be fair, I will say that comparing and contrasting the 78-year-old woman who has a salt sensitivity and is at home alone and probably lived a somewhat productive life and maybe mismanaged her retirement fund. Oh,
inflation got away from her.
I didn't get the employer match on my 401k. Like, you made a mistake or something. We're going to help you out until you turn 85 and then you die.
You go live somewhere else.
Not the young, mad, Muslim type black, Panther guy
with kids in the system,
who's demanding that we pay. To be fair, that is who, the social safety net is for, someone who used to be productive. These lifelong leeches is so fucking crazy to me that they're so entitled. And I guess we'll move on to this argument too.
This woman has an argument that white people owe black people food stamps because of slavery.
Now, slavery and police brutality aside, do you know how incredibly evil you have to be to deny someone food? What deep, dark depths of hell do you have to stoop to find it in your heart to not want the next person to have a hot dog? That's a different level of savagery. That's why I say the DNA, the composition of the DNA is not normal. Because we've already established that all lives don't really matter. Even though that's what you all love to say whenever you want to deflect. It's your brains that we need to study. What is it with you all that you are so, what is with your brains that you are so committed to people being subservient to you? Be the most mediocre people with the most mediocre history and the most mediocre culture, if you even want to call it that.
So the people who are paying for her food are mediocre.
Yeah.
She's begging for hot dogs on social media. A hot dog is like $1 less. And then she's insulting white people as mediocre.
That's
the taxpayer. She's spitting in the taxpayer's face, right?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then there was a funny rebuttal that Stefan Molyneux wrote on Twitter, kind of going after this idea that, because of slavery, we're somehow owed.
Yeah. Apparently, all whites are now to blame because 3% of whites owned slaves 150 years ago. Almost 1 in 3 black men will go to prison in his lifetime, compared to 1 in 20 white men. If we can judge an entire ethnicity in the past due to 3%, what about 29% in the present?
We don't even bring it up.
We do. Yeah. Most people don't. Most people are too polite to bring it up, right?
Yeah. And then here we have kind of like a compilation of everyone going off on social media about the EBT.
Everybody going around saying that motherfuckers ain't getting massive EBT. With the cart.
You get it.
We get it. Yeah. And then a lot of people on social media are doing threats of violence as well, which is a pretty interesting tactic. Listen to what this woman says.
Y'all better lock y'all cars at night, lock your cars, lock your house up. If you're one of them people that just leave your car unlocked, parked in your driveway, you better lock it. With the food stamps being gone and people not going to have people going to eat, okay? Nobody's just going to, this is 2025, but nobody's just not going to eat. Food stamps, I'm telling you right now, even with the government shutdown and the food stamps and stuff being gone for next month, and it's going to affect everybody, there's about to be a lot of stuff going on, okay? I'm not even going to talk about it too much because, hey, you know what's about to happen. Lock your cars, lock them.
Yeah, you guys already do that.
Yeah, so you're telling me we've been basically bribing someone or we've been being extorted and the crime is still that high?
Yeah.
So the crime would be astronomical if we weren't paying for and babysitting basically third worlders.
It's about to get worse.
Yeah. Lock your car door because I'm fucking grubbing around. I'm rummaging. I can't get my cinnamon rolls no more. So they are really angry. And then back to the this girl combined with the compilation that we just showed. When have you ever seen fat, disgusting women as a group threatening and mad like this? They don't really, that's not a group that mobilizes or is much of a threat. You kind of go, that's nothing.
Yeah.
But these fat women, and it's the two instances I can think of are abortion and now food stamp cancellation.
Yeah.
They're really passionate about those two topics. The 2-issue voters.
And we have a little bit of a starter pack here. I'm Mad EBT is getting canceled starter pack. You got the lips and the stupid piercings, the nails did, Carnival Cruise and the fake hair.
Yeah, the weave.
And then we have a too offensive to show AI meme. It says EBT gives me dat, and it's not funny at all. It's very racist.
I died when I saw this personally because someone went so twisted and so pure racist that this is AI is now replacing the old what do you call it, mammies or 1920s theater.
Yeah,
the blackface theater.
The blackface dolls, which I love when you guys send them to the P.O. box. Yeah.
This might be the most racist image I've ever seen in my entire life.
So I don't want to say who, but Someone on the show wanted to make it the thumbnail.
The heavier person on the show. I'll let you guys guess.
Yes, keep sending those things to the P.O. box, those mammy dolls.
Yeah.
We have another guy talking about violence here.
All I know is if I don't receive my benefits this month, the food stamps, I feel bad for the motherfucking ShopRite. I will just be rolling my cart out that bitch like I paid for it. But I guess the card just didn't work this month. It'll work next month. I owe y'all now, I guess. Because I'm going to be eating Thanksgiving. Fuck you talking about? I'm eating for Thanksgiving.
It's on the taxpayers to provide a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, he's going to write an IOU and he'll spell it wrong on the paper. IOU, the card didn't work.
So apparently there's going to be a lot more shoplifting, even though there's a lot already.
Yeah, and then a lot of people online are talking about the EBT shutdown and saying like, oh, don't send your wives to the grocery store this week. Don't send your loved ones to shop. It's going to be a war zone in there. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a war zone in the Publix or the Walmart or whatever, or if they're just going to rob you outside or hit you in the dark alley because they're desperate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily like chimping out in the Walmart because that doesn't really get you anywhere, right? You're
That's a good point. Yeah.
They'll do the crimes elsewhere. It is threat level. We are going to go to DEFCON 2. I think 1 is the lowest. We are moving to DEFCON 2 for the show. Pepper spray to gun season. But yeah, head on a swivel out there because crime is definitely going to go up, right?
Yeah. And then some people were using EBT in an entrepreneurial sense. Before we get to that, we have a very special message from Farmer Bill. Guys, big news from Farmer Bill's. Their beef sticks have landed. This isn't the BS Slim Jims you get from 7-Eleven either. These are Farmer Bill's Thick Billies. The beef sticks you grew up on are made from trim, which is another word for butcher scraps. They're dry, they're full of preservatives and fillers, but Farmer Bill has been in the kitchen perfecting the Thick Billies. While other brands use trim, often imported overseas, Farmer Bill uses the whole cow, including premium steak cuts like ribeye, New York strip, and tenderloin. Who else can give you S-tier portable steak sticks in 4 flavors? You can try garlic and herb, spicy chili, original, or smokehouse, and of course the beef is all pasture raised, free of any hormones or antibiotics, and it always ships fresh. Right now you can get a whopping 30% off when you subscribe. Grab a 4-pack sampler or stock up with the 6-packs and save double by subscribing to a mix and match bundle. Every subscription now comes with $200 in free gifts throughout the year, including a complimentary order. Don't miss out. This is a massive deal. Use code STICKS30 at checkout for 30% off of your subscriptions for life. Go to farmerbillsprovisions.com. It's also linked in the description. Code STICKS30 for 30% off of your subscriptions. Thank you to Farmer Bill for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping.
Farmer Bill's Provisions, the perfect protein snack.
All right, thank you to Farmer Bill for sponsoring.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
The new sticks are sick.
Yeah.
I've eaten a lot of them, and they're very, very, very good. All right, back to our EBT section. A lot of people are using EBT food stamps, SNAP, all those benefits to buy food, which they put into plates, and then they resell.
Yeah, so this is kind of an unknown thing that we've never really covered on the show itself, but you guys have probably seen it where on social media, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, where people, mostly black people from the hood, are selling plates. They call it selling plates, and they buy the styrofoam separated thing where there's one big piece and 2 smaller containers. And some entrepreneurial hood types cook and sell plates. Now that's fine if you want to sell plates to your community on Facebook Marketplace, whatever, as long as you're paying the money and then you're making the profit, right?
Yeah, it really cuts your overhead costs when you don't have to worry about the margins because EBT pays for the food.
Yeah, so we're now learning that a lot of people are doing that with EBT and it's now affecting their business, this government shutdown. And this is kind of a big industry in the urban community. Here's a Facebook group that I screenshotted. We Got Plates, Phoenix. And it's got 37,000 members for people who want to buy or who are selling plates. And for those of you, like, here's a couple pictures of examples, like a salmon and shrimp. You know, you get the Hawaiian roll, mac and cheese. Here's one with chicken wings and fish. They love wings. They do wings a lot.
Fried fish, mac and cheese.
Yeah. So
sugar on sweet potatoes.
Yeah. Tons of sugar. Fat arms. Woman with fat arms makes it. It's probably pretty good, to be honest.
Tastes great.
I just don't want my taxpayer and my tax dollars going to these sort of small businesses. And so here's a story we just wanted to highlight because a lot of people don't know this type of scamming is going on. It says, you won't believe how much prison time this Michigan black woman is facing for using her food stamps to fund her bakery. A Michigan baker refused a plea deal after allegedly misusing over $20,000 in SNAP benefits to fund her bakery. Now she's looking at serious jail time. She's looking at 10 years. The Food and Nutrition Act of 2008 prohibits recipients from using their food stamps for business or resale purposes. Taliesin Teneyuke, 32, is accused of using her Bridge card, Bridge is in Michigan, to purchase ingredients she used to bake and sell treats from January 2022 to September 2023 on social media. So that's just one example of the kind of stuff we're talking about. But not only are they using it like a debit card to get whatever they want, like if this woman's running a bakery, she needs bags of sugar, bags of flour, confectioner sugar, powdered sugar. And like, that's not what supplemental nutrition is. Yeah. It's not bulk bags of sweets, right? So
you're proving you can work.
Yeah. Literally, you are. The money you're making is actually taking you off, and the cycle continues, right? But we just want to, it just goes to show you how much scamming and how much like angling is happening on this program. And I'm getting to the point where I think we need like a personalized judge of your character, not just like, oh, your income is this and this. Like we need someone who's like a counselor, like being like, and how many jobs have you applied for? And how many kids are in the house? Like they need a full picture of your status rather than just income requirement this.
Show me the emails and the receipts of you applying for these jobs.
Exactly. And then like we're gonna put you on a 6-month buffer, and then you're gonna come back and have to talk to me. These kind of lifer thing is not really working out.
The lifer thing, because then if you grow up on it, what else do you know? And then you just continue it and you do it for multiple generations. But why, unless you had some like real pride, where you're like, no.
You'd have to rise above your conditions that you were raised in.
Dad taught me that I could handle my own, I could tighten my own bootstraps. Yeah. So there's something there where like this is like going to hopefully expose this rotting corpse but hidden under the floorboards.
And then a piece of this too that's making me so mad, obviously it's hilarious to see someone go from they're shutting off my EBT, I'm going to do crime instead of I'm going to get a job. But imagine a world where you were in a Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy movie where all of a sudden all your wealth was frozen and you literally didn't have money to get food tomorrow, right? Your kitchen's cleaned out, whatever. You know how much I would go into grind mode? I would go into, okay, sell this. What can I flip on Craigslist or something?
Eat the dog.
I'm downloading DoorDash now. I'll do a couple deliveries. What was that? Eat the dog? And so
eat the dog day 2.
So there's this certain fire, slow cook the dog, crock pot. There's still some dog left in the fridge.
Oh, EBT's back on. EBT's back on after 4 days. You guys are good now. Like, oh.
No, but so there's this natural incentive structure that happens in like normal people, right? But when you give someone a debit card with $740 on it a month, that fire that should be lit under your ass is immediately gone, and like you're actually comfortable because you're broke, right? And you're broke enough to get EBT, a good amount of EBT. All of a sudden you're eating like someone who's middle class.
Yeah.
And you're not, there's no, you know, the welfare cliff where if you make over like 40K, like all your benefits go away. Mm-hmm. Like there's a reverse cliff where if you make less, you go jump immediately to nice blue collar middle class guy. Mm-hmm. And that should never have been the case, and it totally disincentivizes the workforce to the point where when it goes away, they immediately think about crime.
Yeah, that's the other option.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we also have some Section 8 updates. People are, I don't know, this lady's just posting about how she spends $50 a month for rent and thinks we're jealous.
So I live in a 10-story apartment building and I only pay $50 in rent. Does that make you angry? Does that make you shiver in your boots? Does that make you want to punch me in my face? I pay $50 for a 2-bedroom for my family of 6. with the help of your tax dollars. Thank you very much.
Well, at least she says thanks.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
She's not bad. Yeah, you're welcome. Now, fuck this pig. I do want to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Very much, especially with that childish tone.
And we're not jealous. You live in hell. You can't provide for yourself. You're eating disgusting schlop. Your kids are probably dumb and fat like you. And you're fat, you look like shit, and you live in Section 8 paying $50 a month housing with other people who also pay $50 a month. My neighbor's a retired doctor. Yeah. We give out full-size candy bars when trick-or-treaters come.
Yeah, there's a little bit of gloating that at first I'm like pissed off, and I am, and this should take away your Section 8 if you gloat like this.
Yeah.
If you demoralize the tax-paying population, it should take away your EBT and your shit. But you're stuck, you're stuck in this forever middling low ground where if your kids want to go, they can watch the baseball game on TV, but they'll never go. They can do these sorts of things, but you can never give them mobility anywhere. Everyone's stuck in this like kind of low zone communist block, the 10-story apartment building. So they gloat though, and they know what they're up to. That's also a big part of it. That guy before who had the 740, he's like, you guys got me this far. It's like, we don't want to. Nobody wants to. So they're aware of what they're up to, right?
And we do have some Section 8 housing stats.
Yeah, so Section EBT, blacks and whites were pretty close to even.
50-50, 55 white, 45 black, basically.
But Section 8, blacks run away with it. 2.35 million and white 1.8 million on Section 8. So
nice work.
Blacks really ran away with that one.
And then we have some interesting stats here about the public housing that's provided and how many people are foreign. This is from New York City, but it's very insightful.
Yeah, 32% of New York City public housing is occupied by people born outside of the U.S., 44% of rent-stabilized units. Some of those are probably naturalized citizens, but still, we're subsidizing the foreign-born to live in our financial capital and driving out our own citizens.
That's what I don't like.
And that's
we shouldn't give them anything.
That's so crazy to me. And, Mamdani, obviously, we talked about how he's got all the foreign-born voters are voting for him. And, yeah, they want the free to continue. They've had a taste of free, and they need more of it, right?
Yep, and then can you read that last tweet for this little mini section?
Yeah, about 10% of Boston residents live in public housing, about 20% of London residents, of whom half weren't even born in the UK. Fewer than 50% of units in New York are market priced. If you work for a living and pay your own rent, the game is really rigged against you.
That's the takeaway.
Yeah.
Like, we mentioned this before, there's like a theme that like the bottom quintile, everyone thinks it's like the 1% that ruin everything or manipulate everything. We're really manipulated by the bottom quintile. We're like, have a rope around our neck with the weight trying to keep them afloat.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah. And the whole point is like, honestly, America before immigration and all these foreign-born people shouldn't get shit. You should have to come here and grind hard, right? But I just am it's so crazy how we don't have gradual steps. It's just give you money or an apartment or whatever. There's no like, we'll help you with $350 of rent. There's no, we'll help you with this. Here's a little leg up. It's all either we're your daddy now or you get nothing, right? Mm-hmm. And that line is so crazy because I know so many people who are struggling who are like normal, upstanding citizens who just haven't had a job that has increased with inflation, right? Their wages haven't kept up with what's happened. And to see foreign-born rats, weasels, living and occupying the literal space that you could be occupying is so insane to me.
Very insane. Yeah. And it's also affecting our healthcare. We kind of mentioned this earlier, but we're going to touch on some healthcare stats that'll make you pretty upset.
Yeah, so it's always good to remember that 40% of your federal taxation is spent on food stamps and overpriced, counterproductive healthcare spending. Roughly 40% of the country has their existence subsidized through government jobs, Section 8, housing, EBT, food stamps, etc.
And we have an example here of like the healthcare system and how it got away from everybody. This guy had his first child in October 2013, 2 nights in the hospital, top-tier Blue Cross coverage. His bill was $18,000. And then can you read the rest?
Yeah, then the major provisions of Obamacare went into effect on January 1st, 2014, and he had his second child in December 2014. 2 nights in hospital, identical process, top-tier Blue Cross coverage. His bill went to $32,000. It doubled. When I inquired with a friendly doctor, he said, people like you have to subsidize the system. Fast forward to 2025, every healthy person who takes care of themselves is subsidizing the poor, unhealthy, and obese.
And that's just like the same theme. This is like, whether it's healthcare, Section 8, EBT, it's all the same thing. It's all the healthy people getting fucked and all the lower people getting a free ride.
Yeah, and then we don't have an asset for it, but there was a massive uptick in spending. I think we used to spend approximately $80 billion a year on food stamps and EBT pre-COVID, pre-2020, and it jumped up to 110, 115, 120 billion. So like almost 30, 40% it jumped up. And that was just another one of those things like we snuck it by during COVID and Joe Biden, you know? So, and once you give them out, it's hard to take them back, you know, that spending.
And we have average, for the average family in America, the health insurance premiums. Can you read those?
Yeah, 1999, 6K, 2003, 9K, 2007, 12K. It's steadily climbing all the way to 27,000 in 2025. 365% increase since 1999, 6% per year. And inflation has increased 2.6 per year.
So we're fucked.
Yeah. Healthcare is getting bad. And we're subsidizing illegals, migrants.
Very bad.
Yeah.
And we're kind of going to get into our illegals and migrant stuff now. We have a little bit of an Indian section here. So that's the end of our EBT section. It was it was a big breakdown, and it was worth it, though.
Yeah, let's sum it up a little bit, though. They're angry. They're going to do crimes. They're entitled as ever. We've been paying them off for a long time not to do crimes, and they haven't upheld their end of the bargain. They commit fraud.
Yeah.
With by selling their plates.
Entrepreneurial
shit. Actually, you know what's funny? Not to get too sidetracked on this, but I've seen Cringe, and I know what's in there. I've seen the final page of Housekeeping. I'm not really worried about eating some clock here. I was witnessing a Twitter argument, right, about the selling plates thing. I posted over the weekend about the selling plates thing, and there was some black guy who was arguing about it. And he was going back and forth, and he was like, well, so what? If they could do something, if they could be entrepreneurial, then more power to them. And then everyone was yelling at him like, it's a crime, you idiot. Like, the whole point is this. And then, like, he was arguing, but then he's not hearing it, and he's not understanding that it's illegal, and it's a crime, and it's a scumbag thing, and it's breaking the social contract, and all these things. And then I realized, I go, oh, when someone either is refusing to listen or not hearing the facts of it, that's when you call them a slur.
Yeah. That's what the slurs are for.
I witnessed slur point get reached, where it's like you try to be rational and you try to explain to someone, but then it's just a slur time. So I kind of finally understood why I'm not mad at people who use slurs. But you can't just go around yelling slurs. You have to go through the process and then get a slur greenlit.
That's why my keyboard looks like this.
I don't know what it is.
It's just N, G, R, and E all extra pressed down.
Okay. All right.
All right. That's a good point. Good summation, Richard.
I don't know if I even did a good job.
You did a good job.
But we've been covering EBT abuse and fraud, and there's just such an overhaul that needs to be done. And so many people got fat and disgusting off of free stuff. You get cheese, beef, and whatever.
Yeah.
You don't need the candy.
That's a good point. All right, well, that's the end of our EBT section. We're now moving on to our mini India section, our little Mumbai section. First things first, last week there was a Diwali in the White House.
Would you like to come to the White House? Yeah, if you want.
Trump's lighting the fucking menorah. The Indian menorah, he's lighting. Harmeet's there.
They're wearing sheets.
This guy.
Very disrespectful. Vishnu-occupied government, dual loyalty shit.
It was not good. We don't need to celebrate every little thing, guys.
We really don't. And then the holiday Diwali has a poop aspect to it, believe it or not. We'll let BBC Pigeon explain.
Yeah, devotees go mash cow poo-poo into balls and throw them at each other.
Thank you. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then they eat food without washing their hands after. Mm-hmm. And they also make a poop person.
Are you making that up?
No.
They eat food without washing their hands after?
Well, they eat food after, and I don't think they're washing their hands.
Okay.
So I made up that they're not they're probably not washing their hands.
I agree.
And then they also make a poop person, and then they go crazy on it. That's part of it. So here's the poop person on the ground. And then you see the guy going crazy?
Yeah,
he's trying to get in it. You'll see. He's in it.
He's in mania.
Yeah. And then they throw the poop at each other. It's very disgusting.
That's what your dog does when he finds like the remnants of a dead squirrel in the grass somewhere. It's same motions, same everything.
Yep. And then when the Indians, when they come here, they do bring the third world behavior with them in all different ways when they enter the West. This next clip is out of Canada. It's a shop owner, a restaurant owner, just pouring grease into the sewer.
So he's obviously frying stuff.
Dumping shit down our fucking sewer thing. Like it's fucking fucking piece of shit. Dirty motherfuckers throwing fat and lard down our fucking sewer drains from the fucking boilers and shit. You know, there's
not good.
And the guy's obviously on a speakerphone call. Well, he's wearing headphones, so it's less speakerphone, but he's on the phone while he's dumping grease down your public utilities.
And he's doing it out in the street. He doesn't even think that, like, oh, I have to hide this. He's just like, oh, yeah, you got to dump it outside.
Yeah, he's smiling.
He doesn't think anything's wrong. And then our last clip from our little mini Indian section. These are brothers fighting in their parents' gas station store, and it's pretty good.
Should we rob him?
How can I help you?
Y'all good?
Can I help you? And then in the beginning, I don't know if you guys heard, they go, should we rob them? Some urban youths.
Bad. Ethnic, brotherly feud, and some urban youths.
Putting the N and YN. Should we rob them? It's like, no, let's not. Let's just be normal.
Now, EBT's still working as of October 27th, you know.
And then, but like you said earlier, they are at the bottom of the EBT list.
Good for them.
You know? So
One thing.
They're
at the top of the H-1B scam. They're at the top of that victim of a crime visa scam.
They're actually doing bigger shit.
Yeah, they're like, nah, what? The food is pennies.
Yeah.
I'm going for dollars.
That's very true.
And then they replace Microsoft.
But then the Somalis get a lot of the benefits and do high-level scams too.
I think only the high-level Somalis do, because not every Somali does the scams. There's only a couple of them.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
There's levels to this
I
shit.
can't speak to it.
There's levels to it. All right, well, we are in our migrant section. First, we have a clip of ICE versus a fat lady. And here's the clip that the media showed. Her getting chest passed. And getting into an unmarked van.
Yeah. One arm chest pass.
You might be thinking, that's a little harsh to do to this lady. I'm not even thinking that.
I don't. I go, what did she do? What did she do?
What did she do? She probably attacked him first. And here's the full context clip.
And I'm going to throw it right back at you. I'm going to throw it right back at you. I'm going to throw it right back at you.
There's her ripping his face thing. You see that?
Yeah.
And that's the key. You put your hands on him. That's assault of a federal officer, brother.
She's trying to demask him so that somebody else can come and dox him and maybe shoot him in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Kill him. And then since when did police ever let people just kind of get like on them in the side, you know?
Yeah.
At what point did that ever become okay? I can interfere and kind of like invade your personal space. You're going to get chest pass.
It's very true.
You thought 2020 something changed. Nothing changed, right?
You're getting chest passed. Mm-hmm. And then we have some repeat offender stories. This guy's a Venezuelan, and he's up to some bad stuff in Chicago.
Venezuelan Anthony Vasquez Gudez, arrested 8 times in less than 2 years, is now detained for allegedly stabbing a man to steal his phone in Chicago. Prosecutors say the victim was recording the neighborhood to send footage to family when Vasquez confronted him and demanded he delete it. He faces charges of robbery and 3 counts of aggravated battery. Last week, he was also arrested for allegedly threatening someone with a knife and repeatedly kicking a Chicago police officer during the arrest when a kitchen knife fell to the ground. Democrats keep releasing violent felons who reoffend, putting them back on the streets to commit more crimes.
Kicking a cop during the arrest and you're back on the streets.
You're a Venezuelan. You're not even an American.
Unreal.
And cops have think about arresting someone 8 times, right? Like police and their partner have gotten you in a car, processed you, wasted half a day getting you arrested just to be released again.
And you see him and it's like, oh, it's him again.
And you're Venezuelan.
Last time we had to fully wrestle.
You shouldn't even be here.
We have another Chicago story here with illegals.
Police say they've arrested a suspect connected to a series of home invasions and attempted sexual assaults. Police arrested 21-year-old Yason Diaz-Gomez Monday. Back on October 10th, police say he attacked a woman in Evanston and tried to remove her clothing before a neighbor heard the woman scream and intervened. A few hours later, 3 similar incidents were reported in Rogers Park. In one case, a woman reported fighting off a man who attacked her after breaking into her home. One of the victims identified Diaz-Gomez in a photo lineup leading to his arrest. He is being held.
So that was what he did that night. He went out and just sexually assaulted a bunch of people.
He was prowling.
Crazy.
Illegal.
And then Brandon Johnson, the mayor, was asked about the crimes committed by these illegals, and this is what he said.
We don't have illegal aliens. I don't know if that's from some sort of sci-fi message that you wish have had. Well, listen, the legal term for my people were slaves. You want me to use that term too? So look, let's just get the language right. We're talking about undocumented individuals that are human beings. The last thing that I'm going to do is accept the type of racist, nasty language to describe human beings. And so,
well, illegal alien is the legal term, and this one was a rapist.
Yeah.
So that's what you're defending.
Yeah, and people were called slaves, 200 years ago? This was Tuesday.
Yeah.
The woman was almost raped Tuesday.
But such a bad victim mindset.
I mean, that's all he's got.
It's like you can't even have a real conversation, and then you go, slavery from 200 years ago, my people. And it's like, you're the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah, you're in charge. I'm asking you a question. You won't give me a straight answer. But slavery, right?
It's like completely crazy. You're the mayor of one of the biggest cities in the country. Like slavery, you're good.
Yeah.
And then there was a tweet that I thought summed up his response pretty well.
It's amazing how much leftist discourse is just them pretending not to understand things, thus making discourse impossible.
So it's like, sir, an illegal alien is committing crimes. You keep letting him go. And it's like, what's an illegal alien? Yeah. Sci-fi?
Let's define that. Let's take this back. And that was
he's on the street right now.
And that was less of him pretending not to understand, but pretending to be offended. There's like a dual mechanism. You can pretend not to understand, thus derailing the conversation, or pretend you were offended or someone was offended, and you can't even have the conversation
Someone could be offended.
Exactly.
And then it's like, all right, there's an illegal alien rapist. And it's like, that term illegal alien's a problem, and you spend time talking about that. Next question.
You
and
forget the rapist part.
What happened to the rapist?
He keeps getting released.
Crazy. And then Governor Pritzker, fat fuck Governor Pritzker, he's actually lost some weight.
He's on something. He's juicing.
He's juicing. He's on something.
Because he likes to eat. He's the type of... He licks his fingers real big and shit. Yeah. He goes, he said Donald Trump's administration doesn't respect the Constitution, but they're learning that Illinois does not, and will not bow under their tyranny.
Yeah, so that's good. So you got to protect the illegal, violent criminal with the Constitution. That's what the Constitution's for. He deserves due process. The person who came here illegally is committing violent sexual crimes.
Yeah.
That's how you got to use the...
He's more American than you, brother. Or even me.
Oh, man. And we have a breakdown here of, remember a few years ago, we were talking about how illegals are getting Social Security numbers and they're voting and doing all these things and getting all the benefits of having Social Security numbers? We have proof now.
Yeah, conspiracy theory no more. Not only did DOJ confirm it, but the Congressional Budget Office has reconfirmed illegal aliens were issued Social Security numbers by the Biden-Harris administration. 270,000 in 2021, 590,000 in 22, almost 1 million in 23, and over 2 million in 2024 on their way out the door. With a whopping 1.4 million illegals on Medicaid, you have been robbed, deceived, blackmailed, extorted.
Crazy. 2 million in 2024 on the way out.
And here's silly old me who just thought they had to steal like a baby who died in 1974's Social Security. Turns out they were getting fresh ones.
From the DMV.
From literally Joe Biden.
And we're going to wrap up our migrant section, our domestic migrant section before we go abroad. We have the lifetime contribution per immigrant based on where they came from.
North American immigrants plus 573,000. This is a study from the Netherlands. So it's all from the point of view of someone who moved to the Netherlands. North American plus 573,000, Scandinavian plus 557,000, Oceania plus 476,000, Japan plus 500K, the UK plus 481K. And then here's where we get into the takers. Those are the givers. A lot of whites, a lot of Japanese.
That's how much money you've like added all in.
Lifetime as a net taxpayer. And then the net tax drainers, Somalia minus 1.1 million over a lifetime, Caribbean minus 675,000, Middle East really bad, 624K, Sub-Saharan African over 700,000, Central and North African 700,000.
So a random Somali who moves to these countries ends up costing $1 million each.
You want a Somali? That'll cost you. It's like you're paying to import the worst kind of people in the fucking world.
And what do they do?
Nothing.
They don't do anything.
They don't culturally enrich you. They don't start restaurants. They don't help.
They scam you, and then they like sexually assault women in your family.
Yeah. We
actually have a stat. 35% of Somalia's GDP is just remittances. It's just money getting sent back. That's like their whole thing. That's all they got going for them.
There's no exports.
And then piracy. And piracy is up there too.
Cot.
All right.
Chewing cot.
We're going to go abroad now for migrant stuff. We're going to go kind of quick through this because we do need to shave some time. But we might go a little long today because we didn't have a show on Friday. So maybe go a little long.
All right.
No big deal. Can you read that?
2/3 of welfare recipients in Germany are foreigners. What exactly is the point of a welfare state incentivizing people from other countries to move there? Does it make sense to you? So,
to be fair, they do more than 2/3 of the sexual assaults.
Yeah.
So they are outperforming.
They're pulling their weight in that regard.
Yeah, they're pulling their weight. And they're also pulling their weight in taking the coins out of the wish fountains.
Yeah, for sure.
And ruining tourism. Don't forget ruining tourism. And we have a...
loitering.
Yeah, loitering.
They're really good at loitering.
And we have a stat here, or a story here from the UK.
A man who is living in a hotel in Horley, used to house migrants, has avoided prison despite sexually assaulting 3 women.
So there was a lot of sexual assaults recently that resulted in protests after.
Yeah.
And these guys, for example, went to the protests and they all got doxxed, named in the articles, and they were treated worse than the rapists.
Yeah, aged 18 to 66, the accused are mostly unemployed and include students, men on disability allowance, and a landscaper. And it's all these white Englishmen who actually were fighting for their country. I don't care if they're unemployed, if they're going to stand up against foreign invasion rapists, right? Mm-hmm. And Ezra Levant said, the name, age, street address, job, and photograph of every arrested protester is published here, but none of that information for the foreign migrant accused of raping the 10-year-old girl. The regime media will do anything to avoid that conversation.
Isn't that crazy?
Every one of these guys is a patriot. I don't care where you're at. If you don't have a job, then you might as well stand up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you have less to lose, we kind of need henchmen out there to save the West, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but of course, the media is working hard to dox them or make their life harder.
Yep. And then we have some stats here from Europe about just the sexual assaults in general. Can you read those 2 tweets?
Yeah. Migrant men of non-European origin commit 84% of assault rapes in Sweden, despite only making up less than 10% of the country's population. An Algerian migrant is 122 times more likely to commit aggravated rape than a Swede, and an Afghan is 69 times more likely.
Yeah.
So, unbelievable.
So that's what we're dealing with. Mm-hmm. And obviously, this is the reality. This is what people are going through. And then when you try to do something to fix it, for example, petition for women-only tube carriages amid growing issue nears 10K signatures. So they're trying to get like women-only train cars, or public transportation for women only because of all the sexual harassment. But then when they make the ad about it, they put a white guy in a suit harassing a brown woman,
a mixed race Afro black woman, and that's all they can do is lie or manipulate reality. We just said an Algerian in Sweden is 122 times more likely. So that means if there were 123 advertisements, one would be a white Swedish guy, and then 122 would be Algerian.
Yeah, but instead, they're all this way.
Yeah.
And we have one that maybe makes it more accurate, where it says, excuse me, could you turn that down, please?
She's probably on her speakerphone or playing a music video out loud on the tube.
Or another more accurate one would be the Indian guy with the Sikh or whatever. I don't know what that is.
And there was another one in Sydney, Australia, and it said invading her space isn't friendly, it's harassment. And it's some fucking Bill Nye wearing a blazer, again, harassing some sort of African woman.
Mm-hmm. And we have a video, too. They had a video aspect to it as well. Can you give that a play?
The man in the grey suit is staring at you. Would you report it? It's him again. You can feel his breath. Would you report it? Is that his bag? He's not carrying one. 1 second, 2 seconds. Would you report it?
You get it.
You know, as if this is what's going on.
They have to. They have to do this. Could you imagine the meeting and all the women in the room who are working on this ad when you say, let's make him an Algerian. Yeah, they're really grabby.
Let's make him one of those dead-eye guys who's kind of just looking and like a little grabby. Yeah. No, we can't. Mm-hmm. And we have a sad reality. This is what's actually going on. They interviewed this young girl about all the problems she faces and why her town isn't safe anymore. Listen to what she says.
Here today? I'm here to protect the kids and how I have the streets safer for when I have kids. Because I'm scared. Because I'm scared if anything's going to happen to me. Because being a white girl is really scary at this time. Loads of people call me racist for going to these, but I just want to be able to feel safe in my own community, and I just want to be able to walk the streets like my dad and my mum used to without a worry.
Isn't that sad?
It's dark. She's a white girl arguing for how bad it is to be a white girl in an all-white country, formerly.
And she says you get called a racist.
She's like 7.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
That's very bad. And then there's been other protests as well, not just the ones we mentioned. We have a lot of Muslims taking it to the streets. And listen to what happens here. There's like a British guy, and they're getting kind of aggressive. And he goes, no need for that. We're on the same side. And listen to what they say back.
No need for that. We're on the same side, bro. No, we're not. Yes, we are, bro.
No, we're not. It's like when the frog starts getting stung by the scorpion. Yeah. It's like, oh, you accidentally poked me with the venomous point there. Yeah. Wasn't an accident. And listen to the man on the street report, I believe, at the same protest right after.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Today we're at Alta Bali Park. We're here to interview some people. So I've asked some questions, brother. Yeah. All right. What message do you want to give to the far right people?
The message I want to give to the far right people is we're here to take over your country. You can't stop us. You can try, but we're here to uphold Sharia law, and yeah, that's it.
There you go.
That was like a gift. That was like a gift. Oh, thank you, the far right. Thank you. You said it out loud. That's what we've been suspecting.
Yeah, so it's pretty blatant, and they're not like, I don't know, high IQ enough to be subtle about it.
Yeah, they're not subversive. They're just, it's brute force, you know? And that's why it's on us to stop that, right?
Yep. Well, that's the end of our migrant section. Now moving on to the final page of housekeeping where I can say whatever I want. Use the opportunity to click the post. Help us choose the algo. Leave a like, leave a comment again, and start yapping. P.O. Box needs to be full. Notifications need to be on. Old episodes need to be watched. And the link to this episode needs to be sent to the boys in the group chat. That was a good one. Also, since we missed Bonus Land last Friday due to Rapboy's sickness, we're going to make it up to you guys. We're going to have a Q&A, not tomorrow's episode, the next one on Saturday. It's going to be a good one. You guys are going to love it. Let's get right into the final page. We'll have a little bit of a pace to this because we're running out of time.
Okay.
But I have something...
I know something we could skip.
No, I
know a folder we can skip.
I don't think you do.
I've got a suggestion.
I mentioned it in the intro.
Okay.
The Atlas spaceship is what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Well, when the Draco aliens get here, you're going to owe everyone an apology.
Okay.
First things first, I got some pretty disturbing news over the weekend. I found out that gay guys lived in my house before I moved in.
Yeah.
Don't they have to disclose that before I sign the agreement, the rental agreement?
Yeah, there's the inspection, radon testing, and then gay disclosure, right? That comes third.
What if they hosted parties here?
Cocktail parties. Real gay shit.
What if they...
Poppers parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they summoned a sodomy demon that you can only summon a certain way, and now it's in my house?
Yeah. Fluids. Maybe you need a priest to come by. Maybe you need some holy water.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think the dog helps because the demons are scared of dogs and cats.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
mostly dogs. So hopefully the sodomy demon is pushed out of the house by Jerry the Rottweiler.
Yeah. How'd you learn this information?
Talk to a neighbor.
So you talk to a neighbor.
I go, oh, you live in that house? Oh, nice gay guys used to live there. They're the ones who put all the plants in. And I used to love the plants
You
in my
actually
house.
should like the gay guys then. They made your house good.
Nah.
They made the plants good. Were you ever tipped off by the pieces of mail that used to came for two male names together on the same line?
I thought...
Or were you in denial?
Well,
must be friends. Must be buddies. Is that what you said?
I thought maybe it was 2 different times. Oh, this guy, and then before that was this guy, and then there's that Patricia lady.
On the same piece of mail, brother?
I don't know.
Same piece of mail.
It gets crazy.
All right. You were in denial for a while is what I'm trying
so
to
I
point
don't
out.
even know where to sleep anymore.
No.
Do I sleep in the master bedroom? Maybe I should go take a jacuzzi in the tub.
All right.
It's over.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's
yeah,
bad.
The pool water.
The pool water.
Flush that.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm sleeping outside.
Okay.
Next, we have a sign that a depression might be coming. The little suggestion on the top of this hamburger helper box is now how I know we are about to have Great Depression Part 2. It used to say mix it with ground beef.
Yeah.
Now it says try it with hot dogs instead of ground beef.
Pathetic.
It's a sign bad stuff is coming.
And then EBT people are buying steaks. They buy the tomahawk ribeyes because
Yeah.
they got a surplus of money.
They deserve it.
But you should try hot dog with your hamburger helper.
And then I saw this thing, speaking of the economy, that I thought was really funny, and it really felt like how I live my life. Can you read that tweet?
When you consider that inflation exists, it's actually smart to spend all your money as quickly as possible.
There is something to be said about that.
That is how you think. But I mean, that's true for assets. That's true for like maybe assets and stuff. Sure. If you're anticipating a high inflation lifetime, I think we just got snuck up on with the worst inflation ever over 5 years. Like 2019 to now, we got so fucked, guys.
Yeah, that got crazy.
And I've never seen anything like it.
Yep. Next, an RRB type got married. That is RRB. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There he is. It looks just like him. Stupid shaved head, big beard, fat as fuck,
Fat,
stuffed in
blown
a tuxedo,
out. Yeah.
blown out.
That guy's actually skinnier than you.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Next, we found this. I don't know what it is from. It's like a cartoon, and it kind of looked like a doppel situation in the beginning.
No, at the end.
In the beginning.
At the end.
So here they are.
It's a cartoon.
When gaming and snacking get serious.
Now that's perfect, Apple. No, I wouldn't lean on you like that.
But how did they know I ripped my pants like that?
I don't know. Like the Incredible Fat Hulk. Yeah.
Incredible Fat Hulk.
The incredibly fat Hulk.
All right. We can't waste too much time on this.
Okay.
Next, there was a Mr. X situation. But it gets interesting because Mr. X is actually a rap boy doppel, which might mean that he is Mr. X.
Yeah, this is from Kenton County Police Department is asking for help identifying an unknown deceased white, I don't know, whatever. But it's a cold case investigation, and they call him Mr. X, unidentified.
And he looks like you.
Kind of.
So
yeah.
you're Mr. X. You farted and shit your pants in front of the Indian man at Walgreens. You do tax fraud every year. You're the one who wears 30 pants and weighs 300 pounds.
Wow, what else do I do? Anything else that I do?
You're Mr. X.
What else while it's on me?
You got bugs in your shoot room.
Yeah, you have lots of fruit flies in your shoot room. You're constantly doing this.
Whenever you see me go like this, guys, I'm killing these little gnats.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gnat season. One flew in my mouth like 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, so Mr. X has pest problems.
And now that we're in 4K, I'm worried you guys will see it. All right, we can't get bogged down.
Okay.
Gavin Newsom had a live stream with special guest Barack Obama. 264 people watched.
Crazy.
Very crazy. Mm-hmm. Next, the Louvre.
Yes.
In France.
I'm sure you guys have seen this. There was a heist.
Woman museum director hired a woman head of security, and now Napoleon's crown jewels have been stolen in the middle of the day.
Yeah. Napoleon's crown jewels. Are those valuable? Is that highly sought after?
Leave them by the open window. Look over here.
And I think they ended up recovering it, right?
I don't remember.
It was like some bad heist.
And then
wasn't even hard.
Can you read the little context, the blurb?
The culture minister Rashida Dati defended the museum. The Louvre museum security apparatus did not fail. That is a fact, she said. The Louvre's museum security apparatus worked.
Yeah, security apparatus worked. Where are the jewels? They're gone. Who stole them? No clue.
Well, easy.
The apparatus worked.
Yeah.
And then, can you read that tweet?
Somebody said the Louvre heist isn't some isolated incident with women. We make the first female fighter jet pilot, she crashes. The first female naval captain, she crashes. The first female head of security, biggest heist in the history of the Louvre. People notice these things.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right, we're in our final piece of the final page of housekeeping. We're going to play it in the background. 31 Atlas, the spaceship is coming. And
I think it's 3I. I don't even think you know your own schizo.
Well, I don't know what to call it if I don't know it.
3I? I don't know.
So here it is playing
31.
in the background. Maybe it's 31. Maybe it's 3I. I just call it Atlas.
Okay.
It's coming in a few days. It's changing like direction. It's changing speed. Last time we told you that there was 5 million Draco aliens on it, potentially. And if that ends up being true, you'll apologize if that's true?
Yes. I'll say, I'm so sorry, Fleckus. Your schizo stupid Twitter shit was so smart and right. Your discernment is above mine. You're completely smart, Chad. You're not Mr. X. I'm Mr. X. My pants are 40-30.
Well, guess what? You just basically said it, so it doesn't even matter if you're going to say it again. You said it. I heard it.
You can clip it.
It feels good. I was going to have you read that.
No. Let's skip it.
Do you want to read it?
You already got the prediction on the books.
Give it a quick once over.
31 Atlas is the sacred spaceship of the Galactic Federation of the Star Kingdom of Lyra. Its central diameter is estimated at 14 to 20 kilometers.
That's true.
31 Atlas originated in Lyra is considered the messenger of the planet of light. It transports high frequencies from several starlight realms, including Lyra, Sirius, Arcturus, and the Pleiades. These high frequencies combine to promote a quantum leap in the consciousness of humanity. Those events are not random according to the will of the creator. You get it.
You get it.
You guys get it.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Fleckus likes to read. I was going to say you like to be entertained by it. You probably didn't even finish reading that, though.
I don't think men should really read.
Yeah. So why'd you make me do it then?
I don't want to do it.
All right.
Next, this guy goes to Harvard. He's a Harvard professor, and he's talking about this.
It will pass closest to the sun on October 29th, 2025. I got a text message the other day from someone who said that he is trading options on the volatility of the market with an expiration date of October 29th in order to make money. And I immediately thought that I don't know if there will be meaning to money if this object turns out to be technological after October 29th. If you want to take a vacation, take it before that date, because who knows what will happen.
So you talk about October 29th, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's when the ship is like coming close. People are,
That's when the Earth is closest to the sun? Is that what he said?
Yeah, something like that. But also keep in mind, he's a Harvard professor. Lahore Vajestein is a Harvard professor too.
Oh, yeah, the trans drag person, Lahore.
So we can't go too crazy and like give too much credibility. Oh. But I do, like he said, I do hope the aliens plug my shit coins.
All right. You fucking lost me.
All right, next. This 950-year-old painting in a monastery shows glowing discs and orbs over a town.
Medieval town resembling modern UFOs. Scholars are puzzled. Why would an 11th century artist depict precise mechanical objects?
Why would an 11th century artist depict that?
I don't know, but I bet we go back to this tweet and now there's a fact check on it. I bet that's what happens. That's the type of guy you are.
I've seen a lot of stuff like that historically.
Okay.
Our last piece, well, here we have this flyover with the fighter jets and there's the little orbs. Keep an eye out for the orbs.
Okay.
And then our last piece is how to defend against the aliens when they come. Can you read that, please?
One of the reasons the large cathedral bells were removed is that the frequencies they emitted interfered with the vibrational patterns or frequencies that reptilian shapeshifters relied upon to disguise themselves as humans. And so as you can see in this graphic, the bell is ringing or tolling, and the reptilian shapeshifter is caught in between half man, half reptilian.
Yes, the vibrations from the bell make the reptilian cells revert to true form. Spider-Man 3 was very clear about this.
Yeah. The Rami, whatever. Mm-hmm. The original, Tobey Maguire, right?
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire trilogy.
Yes. And he's taking off the black thing, and then the vibration helps him get it off.
Yeah.
And then demons also hate bells. Parasites also hate bells. It's all connected. Hope you guys understand.
Okay.
Well, that is the end of housekeeping. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, our first story from Cringe of the Week. Guys, we have a lighter cringe. We went hard, obviously, on EBT and all the migrant stuff in housekeeping. So we have like a lighter, chiller cringe. And we're chilling now. We're deep into the show. We're past an hour, so we're going to enjoy ourselves. First, we have a before and after transition post that I saw on Instagram. Starts out here, I came out 2 years ago, and it's a normal, nice-looking girl. And then I came out 6 years ago, and it shows what she did to herself. She cut her hair and dyed it and looks a little more manly. And then, finally, I came out 10 years ago. This is her final form now.
Is that the same?
Yeah, that's the same. You can see the male nips now.
Yeah, yeah.
But if
you know who this looks like? Someone we played college football with.
I don't remember.
He was a cornerback.
I don't know cornerbacks.
He was from Miami.
Oh, yeah. Sean.
He looks exactly like someone we played football with.
It's pretty funny. I think if you ring the bell, the shapeshift happens for them.
Okay.
All right, let's get into our first clip. We're out of the trans stuff that fast.
Okay.
This lady has bad dating advice.
What is she, some sort of coach? She coaches women?
And this is the advice she's telling young women.
If a man asks you out on a coffee date, charge him $500. As a divorce lawyer, let me tell you why. Coffee is for colleagues. Coffee is not for courting. Would that man ask Margot Robbie out on a coffee date? When a man asks you out on a coffee date, what he's really saying is, I want your time, your energy, your presence at the lowest possible cost to me. Coffee is cheap. Coffee is convenient. Coffee takes zero effort. And yet your time is not cheap. Your presence is not convenient. And your energy is not effortless. It's valuable. I've seen women pour hours of their lives into men who never invested more than the price of a latte. They call it...
There's this thing with women sometimes where they try to act like men and like do what men do and have a man's mindset.
I'm a divorce lawyer dating coach.
Yeah. Charge him $500. It's like,
that'll be $500. No.
No,
Goodbye.
I'm a nice, normal guy. No. You know, you're a psychopath. I'm not dealing with this. You sound like the worst high maintenance person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like they try to be like manly about it. Like they're trying to game it like, oh yeah, this is like what a Chad move would be. And it's like, okay, you're going to get no dates.
The real mentality is worst case scenario on a coffee date, you've wasted 30 minutes.
And you can go, all right, got to do the rest of my day now.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Or if you do a coffee date, then you can see if you like the person and you go out to dinner because you don't want to just go out to dinner with anybody and ruin your whole night if you don't like them.
Yeah. And coffee in general, coffee is a good social lubricant.
Yeah.
It's some yap juice.
It's like taking an Adderall.
This is what I do before the show. I take some yap juice. I get it going, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then the coffee thing too, if it actually works well, like good people will do a coffee date.
Yeah.
Bad people will weed themselves out and go, no, we got to go to a high-end steakhouse and get lobster.
And then the top 1% of 1% of retards will ask you for $500. Yeah. So that's what she's telling them to do. Yeah. You know,
be the most retarded person you could ever imagine. There's also a scam going around where if you match with someone on a dating app and then they say, oh, let's go to this restaurant, and it's like some high-end restaurant.
They get a kickback.
They get a kickback from the restaurant and a commission, and then they'll order all the most expensive shit, and then if it's like a $3,000 bill, they'll get like $1,000. And some of the girls do multiple dates in one night at these restaurants. It's like a whole side business.
And then eventually they're too fat to keep doing the scam, so they can't get the matches anymore, and they call that fatting out.
Yeah, you get fatting out. Once you start matching with too many black guys, and they're like, I ain't going to that.
Then there's one died in Dash or something.
I just went to Nobu last night.
Yeah.
Let's go to somewhere else. Yeah. All right, that's pretty good. Next, speaking of dating, this guy is trying to get dates by doing something called performative reading.
He has not turned up one page.
This guy has been reading M. Rada's book for 45 minutes or something.
So it's Emily Ratajkowski's book. He's got a cigarette. He's got a glass of wine. He's talking about the book. And it's performative reading. And hopefully it's a bit.
Yeah.
But I don't really...
Hopefully it's for social media.
And he's taking notes. I don't think men should be reading at all.
Well, you don't read vapid women authors, for sure.
You don't, yeah.
You read like Cormac McCarthy or something. You read No Country for Old Men. You read. Well, you don't read, so I'll take over. You don't read, so I'll take over. But yeah, that's New York shit. That's what happens. That's what happens when you're flapping in the breeze and you're not on a mission. I want a woman who can do this. I want a woman who can do this. You're going, I'll take the hottest girl I can get. What are her interests? Emily Ratajkowski's book.
That's a good point.
You're chasing the tail instead of, the other way around, right?
Yeah, and you're not even really motivated by what you appear to be motivated by. Like, oh, I want to go read a book and just have a nice day in town.
This guy would
doing it for something else.
This guy would ask you to coffee. You charge him $500. He'd go, sure. Your time's valuable.
Yeah.
He'd give it to you.
When I lived in New York before I moved to LA, I would do things.
Poppers with Rob.
I would do
Lower Manhattan.
I would do poppers with Rob in Lower Manhattan. Poppers parties.
Yeah.
And I would do like on the weekend or after work at night, I would like write jokes like for stand up or for just bits in general. I would just always be writing jokes. And when I would go to these restaurants, I would go there, get food, have a drink, and write. But I would always do it in the back room. So I would go there and be like, hey, can I go in the back room that I knew existed? And they would say yes. And then that way it was never performative. It wasn't like, oh, I'm a writer. Like, who's noticing me writing? Oh, I'm just making a manuscript.
Yeah.
I would always be in the back room, leave me alone. I talked to the waiter a couple times to get my food and drink, but I'm like actually trying to work. So I was a different type of you-know-what.
Yeah.
All right, our next clip. This one will surprise you.
All right, you sure?
Yeah.
I know when I'm out in public, people are looking at me thinking like, what the fuck is that bitch's fucking problem? Like, why she got that stank ass look on her face? Like, why is she... People probably think I'm such a fucking bitch. I promise I'm not a bitch. Like, I'm actually so approachable. I am unfortunately trying to scope out which group of people I gotta get in front of, and they're just gonna get the crop dust. Because it can't be some certain people. Some people I do respect. Others... they're not going to hear it or smell it if they're like 96 years old, so at that point I don't care. I'm not crop dusting a group of fucking teens either, because that would be ridiculous. But what comes out of this body, what comes out of me, can't be fucking normal. It can't be normal. It just can't be. I got to go wipe half the time after I fucking fart. But I can't hold this shit.
That shit in her pants in public in front of 96-year-olds? That's what...
That got in this post had 100 likes. So it wasn't even worth it.
Wow.
It wasn't even like so funny. It got 100 likes. And like this girl, like who's like a nice looking girl, she's like half naked and whatever. But this is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
This is when you're farting like that?
You do a lot of that, right? Wiping?
Mr. X. Mr. X, I think, can maybe relate to that.
Yeah, for sure. Mr. X throws out a lot of underwear, guys.
Yeah.
He just throws it out. You don't wash it. He just throws it out.
Sometimes, yeah, Mr. X.
Mr. X is wanted in connection with a homicide in whatever county.
But
he throws away his underwear a lot.
That's not even Mr. X. That's not even Mrs. X.
Yeah.
He just says it's her.
Yeah.
All right, last clip of Cringe, because we're going to go heavier on urban. Karine Jean-Pierre did an MSNBC interview, and she kind of said something stupid.
Karine, do you have any regrets at all for anything that you said while you were speaking on behalf of this administration?
Look.
It's a simple yes or no. You don't even know.
No, because you're asking for a yes or no question. I want to put some context to it too. I woke up every day. I woke up every day very proud to be the White House press secretary. I woke up every day as a Black woman who is queer, no one had ever seen someone like me at that podium standing behind that lectern. It was an honor and a privilege to have that job.
So you can't even answer the question.
Yeah.
She might not even know what she did.
I think she feels guilty. The vibe I'm getting is, well, I'm at least proud that I was Black and gay while I did the worst fucking thing, the butcher job of my career. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah.
And that's why I have white people hair now. I want to get over that shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bald peach fuzz shit.
But, was what you said accurate about Joe Biden's cognitive ability? And it's like, as a Black lesbian, like that, that's where she goes, where it's like, you're attacking me, even though you lied for the administration. You're basically attacking me because I'm a Black lesbian and you're not used to that. And it's like, is Joe Biden retarded or not? That's the real takeaway.
And spoiler, we all know the answer. It's like testing someone. It's like, did you take this? When there's camera footage of the room, No. It's like, no. And it's like, here's you on camera putting it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Like, we all know what's happened. But she looks like Mindy Kaling. Does she think so?
She's looking a little different.
She's looking a little Indian almost.
They're light, yeah. She's using a different palette. I think that's like an Indian palette, and then it's matching her new highlights.
Yeah,
she's trying to look like something.
You know
else.
a lot about makeup,
Yeah.
Mr. X.
Yeah,
You're disgusting.
you guys. We do a show. We shoot in 4K. We have a makeup lady. We do makeup before every episode.
I'm
just kidding. I've never really.
Really?
I don't think
Done
so.
makeup now?
No. Like when I used to do like Fox News hits, the lady will put stuff to get the shine on your forehead.
Oh, the shine. You saying slurs now?
But
calling people shines.
But I've never. I don't do makeup now.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's the end of Cringe of the Week. We're now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, Urban Decay. Our first story is an update out of Cincinnati. Remember that woman police chief who handled that beatdown of the white couple from the black people horribly?
Yeah, what was it, the Jazz Fest or something, where the white people got stomped out and there were a lot of racial grievances, and she basically refused to call it a racial attack.
And said that the problem was people spreading the clips online instead of like the black people that beat up the white people.
Yeah, well, the update is Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa Thietge placed on leave pending an internal investigation into the effectiveness of her leadership. So she basically just got told, you're a fucking retard.
You're kind of a retard. You're a stupid lady. You're not the police chief anymore. Any fat man with a mustache can now be the police chief.
Pretty much any blue collar type of guy could get this job done, and you're for some reason fucking it up. So we're going to give it to him now.
All right, our first real story. There was a fake FBI home invasion caught on camera. So these guys are pretending to be FBI agents.
And they say a name.
How you doing? How can I help you?
Got a search warrant.
What is it for?
We got a search warrant right here. Open up. Everybody on the ground. Go. Let's go. Go. How many people in the house? Go.
It's my mom, my kids, everybody.
So they ended up getting zip-tied and robbed.
Zip-tied and robbed. Everyone in the house got zip-tied. They have the fake FBI jackets.
FBI windbreakers go around. They're a dime a dozen these days.
And they came at like 10 o'clock at night, which is like red flag number one. And if that happens to you guys, you can call your local sheriff or local police department and they can assist. I kind of looked up like what to do if this happened.
Because the FBI does need to come with a local department, right?
Or you can request that to happen. You don't have to open your door at all until the local people get there. And for me, if that happened, I would say, hey, man, I got 2 big Rottweilers. Let me go put them away before I let you guys in. And they're going to say okay to that.
Gotcha.
And then you just go get your guns ready.
Gotcha.
But then if it is a real FBI thing, now you might be in a tough situation.
That's hard. That's a hard one to do.
Yeah.
And you get caught off guard at night. But, you know, there's a certain tone that those guys didn't emulate. Like, they'd say, Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, open search warrant. Like, they say it like that. They don't say, hey, we have a search warrant. It's 10 o'clock. Everyone on the ground.
We're all Hispanic.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a Hispanic accent. And then FBI doesn't usually come late at night. They'll come early in the morning to get you by surprise. But yeah, anyone coming to your door is trying to scam you, sell you solar, talk about Jesus, but turns out they're Jehovah's Witnesses, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we have a little bit of a repeat offenders update section. Can you read that? We're going to kind of hammer through these.
Charlotte, North Carolina again. James Rayford, a Charlotte man who had been arrested 19 previous times, including for assaulting multiple government employees, just arrested again for shooting a 3-year-old.
And then on his last arrest...
And he just got released from prison without bond after shooting the 3-year-old, I think.
Yes. And then the time before that, they let him go, but they gave him a curfew.
6 o'clock, 6 p.m.
Got to head home to not do fucking violent crimes. Yeah. We have another North Carolina update as well.
Charlotte again. Ronnie Fuel of Charlotte has been arrested a mind-boggling 41 previous times. Has just been arrested again for the murder of a 51-year-old man. How is he walking free? North Carolina needs major reform. And this guy, this Twitter guy, Matthew Van Swole, he's been covering a lot of the repeat offenders that Fox ends up like covering after the fact. So give that guy a follow. He's
good.
And he's acquiring the mugshots and doing it. So.
The last guy, I'm sorry, to go back to the first guy.
Which one? The 3-year-old shooter?
He kind of he's a George Floyd type.
Yeah.
He looks like Floyd.
Big wide nose. He's a little skinnier than Floyd.
Skinnier than Floyd.
That big wide nose.
I was thinking about George Floyd the other day. Mm-hmm. And Derek Chauvin, it kind of almost was like a symbolic thing where like that was the end of real policing, where you like rough around a repeat offender who you've like dealt with a million times, and you kind of rough them up, and then like everyone saw it, and then that was the end of real policing, and then empathy went from like the victims and the cops dealing with the people to the criminals.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of the end of real policing.
Totally.
Nail in the coffin type thing.
Totally.
We have some stats from North Carolina that go along with these two stories.
North Carolina's repeat offender rate stands at nearly 45%. In major U.S. cities, over 60% of violent crimes involve suspects with multiple prior arrests.
So they could really solve their problem very easily.
Yeah, and we've shown charts on the show, like if you permanently lock up, I think 3 times offenders, like 55% of all violent crime goes away completely.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how easy it is to solve this thing and how little will there is to solve it.
Yeah.
Because it might be mean to the George Floyd kind of guy.
Next, we have an Ohio story.
Charlotte. Like every week now, we're coming into Charlotte. And I think that's the honey hole of finding these horrible judges. And they are, I'm selling Charlotte so bad.
So true. Next, we have, Ohio, another situation. Deshaun Stafford served only 18 months in prison for his role in the death of a 17-year-old in 2022. And he was just arrested again in Ohio in connection with killing Timothy Hutchinson. You won't see this in the mainstream media.
Yeah, this was in Akron, and this was the guy who stomped out the the white kid at the LeBron James High School. You guys remember that? When it was like 5 black guys stomping out a white kid. And it diffused the responsibility of his death amongst 5 people who were all kicking someone on the ground. And he killed again. And we'll be watching the alumni of the LeBron James School stomp out and watching their careers with great interest, because I think there's going to be a lot of repeat offenders in that graduating class.
And we have a stat here that was pretty interesting about Chicago. Where's my justice? Only 6% of Chicago's shootings lead to arrest. 6%.
More than 19,000 people were wounded in shootings in Chicago since 2018. The Chicago Police Department has made arrests in 1,200 of those cases. So it's tiny, tiny percentage. And then remember when Chicago, we covered it, got rid of ShotSpotter?
Yeah.
So now where all the areas where the shootings occur, nobody responds to it. And then
crime's going down.
And then like it gives that extra 20 minutes of time, if nobody calls or anything, for the perpetrator, the shooter, to actually get away. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of these criminals are so fucking dumb that they like loiter around, you know, or they think nobody saw me. I could just chill on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
And getting rid of ShotSpotter obviously isn't going to help those rates.
Yep. And then there's a boomer meme that goes with this.
I love a good boomer meme. Brandon Johnson, somebody asking him, 54 people were shot in Chicago over the weekend. Is that a problem? And then he says, Donald Trump is a dictator.
Yep.
He could have said something about slavery there, too.
It do be like that.
You know how many slaves were killed? And he's got that voice, that stupid voice where he's like trying to be in control, but you know he's above his skis.
And he's trying to pretend he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm a really thoughtful, smart guy, and Donald Trump's intimidated by me.
Yeah. I got 700 on my SATs.
Yeah. I spent $200,000 renovating the office.
Yeah.
Bought some new SUVs.
And then we can skip these.
Okay.
And we're going to show you a clip from Ami Horowitz, which I thought was really, really good, about these repeat offenders and how bail racist. He talks to East Village people in New York who are all white, and then he goes to Harlem and asks the same question.
Do you think bail is racist?
Bail is absolutely racist.
Do you think that bail is racist?
Yes.
And do you think that bail is a tool to oppress black and brown people?
Of course it is. It is, yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely, in many ways.
Jails are so racist.
They're so racist.
Is it racist for a judge to say, hey, you have a history of violent crime?
Yes.
And to keep them because of that reason?
Yes.
Your criminal history should not play any role whatsoever.
I don't think so, no.
Do you think that if I went to Harlem and asked them, they would say yes?
They would say yes.
Bail?
Yeah.
Like bailing people out?
Yeah.
No? Why?
You get locked up, you gotta pay bail.
Yeah.
That concept, just giving bail, is that racist?
Okay, so.
No, I don't think bail is racist.
No.
No, because money doesn't have anything to do with somebody's actions.
A consequence for everything you do.
Because everyone get locked.
There you go. There's normal people who understand. But all the white people going, it's racist. It's like, all right, you guys are kind of going to get what you deserve in New York.
Yeah, who's that first chick? You think I could find her socials?
She's cute.
She's pretty cute. That thick neck linebacker body type. Yellow teeth, ponytail,
and
sweating.
And the 5 o'clock shadow coming through the makeup.
Yeah, she's something else.
That's my type.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
good.
I mean, that's standard though, right? White people who think they're doing charity work for these poor, like otherworldly people.
Mm-hmm.
And those people going, yeah, you beat someone up, you got to pay. That's it.
It's pretty common sense. Yeah. All right, moving on to our final piece of Urban Decay. We have some bad takes and bad scams done by the urban community. First, pumpkins is racist.
I'm going to need y'all to be careful with how y'all celebrate Halloween, because pumpkins really indicate how they took the slaves' heads and skulls and put lights inside of them, just like how they'll do a jack-o'-lantern. So be careful how you celebrate these devilish white man holidays. Halloween is Devil's Day, I'm telling y'all. Pumpkins are a symbol of what they did to our people, indigenous people, brown-skinned people. They put fire inside of their skulls and lit it and hung it from trees.
We was jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, I've never heard that one. I gotta say, give them some credit for creativity.
Yeah.
They really don't stop, these types.
Jack-o'-lantern shot 30 in Chicago last weekend. Yeah. And we have an AI image of what that might look like. And then we asked AI as well, is there any historical accuracy to the statement? And they said, no, there's no historical accuracy to this claim. Zero evidence from the records. Jack-o'-lanterns originated in Celtic traditions.
Yeah, of course. There's some sort of oral history that we don't know about that AI isn't hip to, that's been passed down since Harriet Tubman time.
Yeah, very true. And then we're getting into our little scam section here. We're going to go fast through them, but there's some good ones. First,
this is kind of a reaction to the EBT getting shut off. This is what they're doing out there to kind of make ends meet.
Yeah.
All the hustles, all the scams. So we just wanted to cover it.
Can you give that first one a read?
Florida man stole $7,000 in scratch-off lottery tickets, then returned to store to redeem them just hours later.
To be fair, he did change his outfit.
Yeah. So he wasn't totally stupid.
He was smart.
He didn't wear the yellow shirt twice.
The yellow shirt. And here's how people are making money now that EBT is getting cracked down.
Let's save some money. You grab a single beverage, in this case, a Gatorade, take it on over to the beverage aisle. Now you get the 8-pack and replace it with the one you got from the fridge, putting all barcodes in except for the one that you just replaced. Take it on over to the scanner, scan it, and voila, money saved. This was helpful. Like, comment.
Stealing is the hack.
It's also called stealing.
Yeah, so you scan the barcode for one Gatorade, but you take 12.
Yeah,
or
you
8.
stole 7 Gatorades.
Yeah, congratulations. Nice hack.
And you edited that video and put it on social media. You could have just got a job.
Yeah.
Next, this lady thinks she figures out a way to hack the drink machine at the movie theaters.
Best movie theater hack is to get something like random out of your car and literally just...
Stealing again.
Stealing as well.
For the free.
Use a random container for the slushy machine, and you don't have to pay. Stealing.
Stealing.
Here's another one. You know, a lot of hacks are just stealing. We've covered that before on the show. The hacks are stealing. Here's a new one I think might proliferate a little bit more with the way people are pranking and prop money and movie money.
In New Jersey, a group of diners is accused of using fake movie prop money to pay their bill at a restaurant. Gloucester Township Police just released this video of the 4 suspects they're searching for. It happened back on May 23rd at Valari's Lakeside Restaurant in Sicklerville. The 4 suspects are accused of leaving 6 counterfeit $20 bills on the table after eating. One of them is believed to have been involved with several other counterfeit cases across South Jersey.
Stealing as well. Counterfeit.
Stealing as well, but this is a funny one because, like, I think technically the Secret Service is in charge of counterfeiting.
Yeah.
And, like, Dine and Dash is like, you stole $120. Counterfeiting is like, you committed a federal crime with that movie money.
Federal counterfeit felony for $20 each.
Yeah, and this isn't Catch Me If You Can. You're not getting away. You're not getting away from Tom Hanks with this one. You're all 4 on camera.
It's like, what would you risk your freedom for?
All right, last but not least, this one is a good thing if you work in customer service and you have access to people's phones. This woman works at T-Mobile, and let's just play it.
We can step out front if that's okay.
Do you have a separate office or anything like that, or is this just?
Let's just explain this one because it's 2 minutes and 56 seconds, and I'll play something at the end. But basically, this woman had access to an elderly woman's phone who came into T-Mobile for help, and she quickly Cash App herself $400. So she stole from the elderly because she had access to her phone. Police ended up coming and confronting her. She called her mom at the end, and I want to play this.
When the police confronted her, she said, "I was setting up her devices."
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. She ends up calling her mom, and let's play that because the mom calls her out on it.
Hello.
Mom, my car's in the bag.
Okay, but so what happened?
The lady say I cashed out myself, but me, my boss, and we had a store full of customers. She was standing right there the entire time.
So okay, but if ain't no proof, you cashed out yourself her money.
That's what she said. When all I was doing was setting up her devices.
Did it show that you cashed out yourself?
Yeah, it was on my cash app.
Okay, well then you did that.
No, I did not.
Even mom is tired of your shit. Well, you did it then. I don't know why they do that, like maintain innocence or whatever.
Anything but admit.
And it's $400. You know, I mean, I don't know. I guess
they try to take the high road.
Well, here's the thing. They think it's like a Fifth Amendment issue, like the right to remain silent. It's one of those things. Then you can just remain silent. You don't have to make up the lie and go, how did it happen? I don't know.
Maybe when the phone got next to it, went beep.
Yeah, you're already in cuffs, so I don't get it. You could just say, I'd like to remain silent. But
I like to not incriminate myself.
So those are some of the scams to be on the lookout for during the EBT shortage of 2025.
Yep. And don't get too down or too depressed. We're moving on to uplifting gold, and we have uplifting stuff today. First is a guy who sings very nicely.
I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, maybe the skies will be blue for all my life.
That's nice. That's uplifting.
He's kind of doing that corny white voice, but it actually sounds better than what it would otherwise. It's interesting.
Yeah. I also listened to a song the other day done karaoke style, but it's been deleted. And I was trying to put it in. Brandy.
She serves 100 ships a day.
Yeah. Brandy. I've been singing that.
Such a fine girl.
A fine girl. Yeah.
There's a harbor. Yeah, that's a good song. Classic.
Brandy. We can skip this because this is boring. And then next we have an old lady who kind of gives you some insight as to like what things were like in the past.
Today they all talk about how much water you need, Did you and Dad drink any water growing
Daddy
up?
would never. My mother forget it.
And they lived to how long?
90s.
So how much water do you think you drank in the 40s?
In the what?
40s.
We never thought of water. Never thought of it. Isn't that crazy? We never thought of water. Isn't that strange then? I don't know. There's a lot of things we never did that we don't. And they say it's progress. I don't know if it's progress. Maybe that's why we have problems, because we drink the water.
She cooked. She cooked.
She's schizo. Final page of housekeeping shit.
But isn't that interesting? You guys probably can relate to that, or the older people in your lives can relate to that. No one drank water casually.
Yeah.
You drank alcohol, and you got water from fruit and the food you eat.
They drank milk.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, back when it was original formula.
That's where you get your water from.
It's true.
An apple,
Yeah.
some steak. Steak's wet.
Good for them. Good for them.
It's pretty
they
good.
They were fine. They lived to 90.
We never thought of it. That's kind of that's kind of how my grandma was. That energy.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have a Jets fan who's pretty upset. Believe it or not.
See them and get your thoughts on the game.
I hate this team. I was born into this, and I'm not gonna ever. I'm always a Jets fan, but like, I hate this team.
And that's how it is for Jets and Mets fans a lot.
Browns fans.
You
there's
get
a
bored
couple.
into it,
Yeah.
and it's just like, we never have a good team. We can never win. It never goes our way. Oh, last play of the game, what's going to happen? The Mets are going to fuck it up.
It's kind of like that for Bears fans right now, too. I'm a Bears fan.
I was born into it. I hate this team, but I'll never. That's pretty good. That's Americana. Next, this is an uplifting story. This guy was adopted. His football player was adopted, and he changed his last name to his adoptive dad's.
You know how much I love you, right? Yeah. And how I always treasure the time I have with you. Yeah. Now you're my world. I got my last name changed. I'm now George Grimway Musto. Look at my jersey.
At center, number 75, Karine Jean-Pierre.
I love you so much, Dad.
Oh, God, I love you.
I love you.
I'm okay.
Isn't that nice?
It's very nice.
It's very nice.
It's 5 years old.
Found it.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's an uplifting story.
Yeah, good for him.
All right, our final.
He's not the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up.
Yeah. And usually we make fun of those types, but not in that situation.
If the kid's brown,
flush it down.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm just kidding. The Pure Americana clip of the week, the final clip of the show, is just some country boys doing some twanging. Isn't that nice?
Very nice.
And then someone tweeted, the bad guys spent billions to make us hate this. You know? What's the hate about that?
Yeah. Deliverance.
Yeah.
They made movies. Make you hate it.
You know who made those movies.
Yeah.
It's a little late in the show to start getting going on that. But you know who did that.
Yeah.
All right, another episode, another Fleckus Talks in the books. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. FleckisTalks.com for a 30-minute bonus land dropping tomorrow at 11 a.m. So if you guys want another show tomorrow, FleckisTalks.com is the website. Thank you to the Wellness Company and Farmer Bills for sponsoring, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
We're heading
I want my EBT, and I'm not working for nobody. I'm a fucking boss. What the fuck I look like working?